Okay. Guys, hey, Bruce Mofson, LCSW, SUNRIDGE of Nevada. Sorry for the delay. We're not lost. The computer went a little bit wonky with the internet. We got it fixed. We're back on. Fire the questions away. We are here to listen. So we're just going along with the live stream. All of a sudden, just boom, we just lost access, and now we're back. So, part four still. What to do if you find yourself in a mental health crisis, and ask questions. Not a problem. So the questions starting to pop up and really shoot in. We are here to listen. So we had a caller just now talking about a situation about responding to someone, to a friend of hers. I believe that she cannot get a hold of for a couple of months. Don't worry about it. Ask the family what's going on. Is everything okay? And just go forward. Not a problem. Communicate, communicate, communicate. That's the biggest thing that people bring up to me also all the time is, they'll say, I wish someone would have said something to me, particularly like in cases of domestic violence. I wish someone would have said to me, are you being hurt? Are you being beaten? Is something going wrong? Ask, ask, ask. It's not a problem. Okay. So going back to this part of the topic was knowing your limits. Okay. What is it you can do and what is it you can't do? So for instance, what the person wrote down from the article, my preferred mode of communication is either text, phone, etc. So please don't leave a voicemail or text me. What it is they're saying to you, I can do this, but I can't do that. You're setting up boundaries that are helpful. You're being realistic. You're being honest about the situation, what you can and can't do. Makes total sense. Okay. Don't. Also, they'll say things like, I can't pick up my phone when I'm at work, but I'll get back to you. I'm able to actually talk to you. Don't be afraid to say that. I work, a long week. There are times I just cannot get back to people right away. Okay. And then, I can't talk daily. I can't do this all the time, but I'm happy to support you in finding a therapist, video chatting tonight. I can do that for you. And I care a lot about you, but I can't talk to you if you're cursing, yelling, screaming, breaking things. No can do. I can't get involved. So let's have a plan how we're going to reach out when you find yourself in that situation and I can't talk to you right away. In other words, set limits. Don't worry about, oh my God, what am I doing? Set limits because it's going to set limits on your sanity, what you can handle. Okay, got some questions here. Okay, help my friend, hope all is well. Thank you. Yes, all is good. Get them a golden retriever if they have the facilities to take care of them. Yeah, pets are huge. I mean, if anything I've learned the last couple of years from doing counseling, if there's a dog in the house, I walk the dog with the person. I get them out of the house. I prefer dogs because they're walkable. Cats are fine too, but it gives you a chance to get out of the house, to talk to someone in an environment that's low key. But pets are great. Fish, gerbils, no biggie. For me, it's a dog is the best pick because you can actually do something with the animal. If you have big enough piece of property, a horse, that's a different realm, and you got to ride the horse, and that's a whole nother avenue. But having a dog is great, but pets in general, fantastic. Okay, also from New York, thank you. And that's how I want you to think about these things. Is like, don't be afraid to reach out. Don't be afraid to share. That's fine. That's all good. That's how you got to look at anything anyway. But you're getting an idea. What I'm trying to get the point across is understand what you can and can't do for someone. Doesn't make you weak. Doesn't make you a loser. Doesn't make you selfish. You're protecting your sanity. If you have a job that's highly, not highly, but has a certain amount of importance to it, you don't want to, you don't want to embarrass yourself. You have to maintain your job and your standards. I totally understand that. You're married, you have kids. Tuesday night, your kid plays in a basketball league. He wants you to be there. That night, you got to be at the basketball league. It's important. I understand that. Don't let that be a factor in helping your friend, but also let your friend know you have limits. Perfect. Don't personalize. Don't personalize their behavior. Don't do that. Okay. So the way the person wrote it, it was a nice way how they wrote it. They said like this. They said, a mental health crisis does not define who someone is, but rather it is a temporary period of time which they can endure with the support of those around them. That's it. No one goes through life as a teen saying, boy, I can't wait to have schizophrenia. I can't wait to have a raging drug and alcohol problem. Oh boy, if I can get molested sexually for 3 years by my stepdad, I'm really living. No one thinks like that. No one says, boy, I can't wait to have the genetic disposition having bipolar or be borderline or deal with anxiety all day long where I'm always soaked with depression. No one thinks like that, but it happens. We go through life like that. It's not easy. It's not who they are. It's what it is about them that they're dealing with right now in this moment of crisis. And can they get the support that they need? And again, it's not, these are words. All right. And it's easy to say that because a lot of times you're trying to say to yourself, like, what am I doing? What am I getting myself involved in? This is crazy. This blows. It's not easy, but you got to learn not to personalize it. And and listen, I've seen thousands of people for counseling, and only like in the last like 5-10 years, as I've grown up and I matured, I've kind of understood, like, I can step back. If a person can't do something, person's not capable, no one wants that. No one wants that burden on them. When you have that empathy to understand that and have those expectations that are realistic, all of a sudden things become different. Be realistic. A person might, you want a person to hit a level 10, and they go as far as a level 3. They're doing the best they can. They may never get past the 3. You got to accept that. And flip it this way. You got a parent that's now 75 years old, has dementia, and they start getting disoriented half the day, and it's only going to get worse. Are you going to hold it against them? Damn it, how come you don't know my son's name? What do you mean you can't find your way to the refrigerator? The mayonnaise is on the back of shelf too. You know what the mayonnaise is. You get yourself angry? Where someone had a stroke and they can't walk well, and they have a problem if they go outside with their balance and they fall easily. What's wrong with you, old man? Get up. Come on, Mom. Stop screwing around. We're going hiking today. What do you mean you're not going up on the trail with us? You always used to do that. You got to be realistic. We're always pushing, and sometimes you can push. So we got some questions over here. Don't drink alcohol. Don't take any mind-altering substances. Yeah, especially if you can't handle it. Don't ever put yourself in a position that you're going to lose control even more. I mean, I get it. You have schizophrenia, you have bipolar, you could have addiction issues, you could have dealing with trauma. Don't make it worse. That's something I talk about also is, don't be self-destructive even more than you need to be. We always talk about don't hit the wall at 80. I'd rather you hit it at 30. You're going to walk away from the crash. Don't do anything that's going to, like, you're bipolar, you're having a manic episode, you came to Vegas for the weekend. Okay, let me try and stay up for 3 days in a row. Let me go through all the money I have in my wallet on alcohol. Let me buy 2 cars. Let me get into 2 bar fights. Let me get thrown out of a restaurant, and ultimately let me get picked up. You can be manic, but stay away from the meth. Stay away from the alcohol. Don't do more to yourself than you need to. I understand schizophrenia. It's a horrible disorder to have. But don't, let's say, well, I need methamphetamines to keep me calm. Not going to help you. Got to be careful what kind of weed you're taking. Got to be careful. Think about what you're doing to yourself. Okay. Hey, yeah. Thank you, Antonio. Very nice. And hey, Mr. Lawson, thank you very much. Yeah, thank you, Antonio. Thank you. So I want you guys to understand that. Like, don't do things that are self-destructive. Like I've learned even with my anger. Just before we had some issues with, losing contact with the internet and blah, blah, blah. In the past, I'd be like, what's going on? You know who I am. Hey, you know what? My manager is doing the best he can to fix it. We'll get it fixed. Life goes on. I'm not going to start beating up the computer now. Let me threaten Apple to to beat them up. Stupid. Stay calm. Stay relaxed. And that's something too about when people start talking disrespectful to you and try and make you feel insecure. It's not you. It's them. You set your boundaries and you move forward. You don't have to be embarrassed or humiliated. Just say, hey, I'm walking away. I don't need to, be a subject to this. Turn the person off. Because if someone's going to be that negative to you for no reason, it's their issue. It's not yours. That's it. Move on. Okay. Practice rigorous self-care. Okay. Again, look out for yourself. Think about your needs. Get the exercise that you need. Get the sleep that you need. Have the relationships that you need. Practice self-care. Don't wait until your resentment builds up. Don't be like, then blow up. Don't do that. Get your thoughts out early and share what's going on. Okay. And don't wait until you're blown out and burnt out before practicing self-care or taking the time to recharge or telling the person how you feel. Don't wait till you get that explosion like the volcano erupting. Worst thing you can do for yourself. How can I find a job that fits my standards? I'm pretty much introverted and just can't handle the pressures of social working. Okay, guess what? There are jobs that do that. You might want to work a third shift. You might want to work a job that you're going to be a lot of times in front of a computer, and not just like IT. There's a million jobs that forecasting, looking at things. You might want a job where you cover an area by yourself, 30, 40 miles. There's always an answer if you're patient and give yourself a chance to grow. Okay. Brother's struggling with depression. I've been there for him nonstop, but he doesn't reach out to make any effort. I'm the oldest, very frustrating for me. Boy, you're speaking my language. I know I have to be patient with him, but do you have any tips other than just being patient with him and being there for him whatever? Yes. Here you go. When you're dealing with a family member that's not giving you what you want for them, you want them to grow, you want them to be better, look at it through their eyes and realize they don't want to displease you. They don't want to make you feel like, God, I'm a loser in front of my brother who I love and admire. Realize that they're hurting. If your brother had, let's say, horrible burns on his arm and you had to put like medication and special bandages to make sure he was in one piece, you would do it. It's the same thing with depression. They want to be better. No one wants to go through life. We talked about this before, like having like a wet blanket that's all mildewy and all wet around you. Who wants that? But understand that they want to get better. They just don't know how to yet. Just continue to be there for them. Don't personalize it. Nothing that you're doing wrong. And look at it through his eyes and realize he really does want to please you. He just doesn't know how to. And it's killing him. That's all. My father's been suffering from depression for several years. He refuses to get help, complaining and arguing and screaming at my family. Don't know what to do anymore. We're all suffering. Here's what you do. You get counseling. You go with your family. If that person you've given a million, comments, hey dad, hey mom, hey bro, hey sis, hey best friend, they have to do it themselves. But you got to get help for yourself to know how to deal with it and be able to move on in a healthy way and start to isolate, how much you can handle of that. Dad, when you start screaming, I got to walk away. Protect your coconut, protect yourself, but get counseling, get family counseling, and make some good decisions there. Moved to Florida, financial problems also because it's been a nightmare since then. Thank you for your advice, no problem. Here's the thing. Get counseling. Understand how to handle someone who deals with depression. Understand the signs and symptoms. Get yourself help. Let your family get help. And set up rules and boundaries. And don't let it get to you anymore. And figure out where you stand as a family and what you're going to put up with. That's it. People may never change. That's very, very common. But if you can change, how are you going to change the situation when the other person will not? That's all. You should not have to live like that because it is a nightmare. And I lived like that a large part of my childhood. Don't do it to yourself. Get the help, set boundaries, put up what you can put up with. And if you can't, you let the person know and you move on from there. Dad, when you scream like this, Mom, when you throw things, the conversation's over. You're not there to be debased and humiliated and made fun of. Okay. No problem. Nate, we're happy to help out. We'll give your long-time commenter. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Good luck. But don't personalize it. I used to have this thing with certain family members, like, damn it, what's wrong with them? Why are they the way they are? Why are they so anxiety ridden and depression filled and so panicky? Till I finally realized they're sick. They're ill. They're not healthy. My expectation is not realistic. It's like, one last example. If I had, I'm a coach. I have LeBron James, not even this year's version. Let's say 5 years ago, he's at the top of his game. Okay, I pencil him in for 48 minutes. He maybe takes 30 seconds off to get some water, but I put him in for 47. I know what he's going to give me: 30 points, 12 rebounds, 10 assists, control the game, we win. Great. That's LeBron James. He's won in a decade. They put me in. Look, I don't get a heart attack within 30 seconds on the court. Hope I don't fall over my shoes or trip into a player and accidentally hurt him as he's driving to the basket. Have realistic expectations of what you're working with. You got a superstar like LeBron, you can expect this. You got a guy that played just a lot of rec ball, this is what you're going to get. Be realistic. Okay. Yeah, you're right. And if you got to move on, don't feel guilty when you got to move on from people that are dysfunctional, that are not going to want to get better. It happens more often than you think. You protect yourself. You have peace of mind. You get sanity, but tell your family they have to get counseling as a family. And if he doesn't want to participate, that's on him. But the rest of you guys, go get the help that you need. Appreciate these discussions live. I find it very insightful and healing, especially with growing up at a home where mental health isn't discussed. Thank you from San Fran. It's very helpful, like a live one-on-one set. Thank you so much. That just validates what we're trying to do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. We appreciate it. Thank you. That's the whole validation. That's why the paid trainings are not expensive. They're just $10 for me going into a topic in depth, because we always felt we wanted to make this accessible to everyone around, not like charge an insane amount of money. We need to have a certain amount of money coming in for the monetization. That's fine, but it's meant to be affordable for everybody. And you get me for like literally 60 to 80 minutes of solid clinical expertise and advice. That's it. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm the older brother and I have to be example to my younger brothers, but I'm really sick in the head. How do I make him understand? Talk to him. Just say how you feel. We spend so much time as people not really saying how we feel about each other. Why? Tell the truth. I do that in therapy. I'm very, very open with my clients who I see what I see is going on. And if I think you're an idiot, I'm not going to say you're an idiot necessarily. I'm going to say, what are you doing? Where do you see this going? Here's where it's going to go. Be truthful. What are your expectations for them? I'd rather you have expectations that are too high and you got to lower them versus like not having any expectations at all, not talking at all. Say how you feel. I would not have the success with this channel if I was not as open as I am with my, agent/producer. Talk about everything. How is the channel going to get better if I can't listen to his feedback and his suggestions? Be open-minded. Talk to people. Let them know how you feel. It's like, I guess so many people I told them, man, I wish I could tell them how I feel about him. I'm so angry at him, or I'm really hot for her. Haven't said anything. What are you waiting for? Do it now. Okay. My parents are constantly arguing for years. They really need to divorce. Okay. I feel guilty of my father on his own. Even you got to stop with the guilt. No more guilty guilts, guys. Get away from the guilty guilts. No, 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 no. That's not your problem. The other person has to make a decision. If they can't, you save yourself. It's like being in a fight, 12 rounders now. I'm going to show them tough. So I should have called in a towel in the 6th round. I'll take incredible damage for another 6 rounds and get pummeled. It's crazy to me. Why would you do that? If it's not working, you move on. That's it. You're not going to, the other person has to take responsibility for their actions. You have to protect yourself. You don't need that trauma to affect you for the rest of your life. It's so destructive. It's like a cancer. Okay. He's constantly emotionally and verbally. Yeah. Pity? Fine. Move on. Yes. You're sad for him. I wish you can get your act together, but I'm not here to be a punching bag for you anymore. That's it. Set an ultimatum, set a line in the sand, you know, and don't wait till you finally explode and lose it. Do something dangerous to yourself or self-destructive to yourself. Do it now when you're calm. Talk to your mom, talk to your siblings, make some decisions, and move forward. Okay. My mother works very hard to protect and support us while he does. Yeah. I don't know how to not feel, but it's not your problem. You didn't cause it. You didn't create any issues. That's the other person. So often in counseling, I talk to people like, I'm in a really, really bad marriage. Okay, what are you doing about it then? What's your exit plan? My boyfriend's verbally abusive. My job sucks. What are you doing about your job then? What are you doing about it? I grew up in foster care. I can't go forward. What are you doing about that? Other kids grew up in foster care. What are you doing about your situation now to move on? And don't tell me you're getting high 3 nights a week as a way to, that's not a coping strategy. I'm going to get drunk. I'm going to be in crazy relationships. That's not healthy. That's not normal. What are you doing to move forward for yourself? You are not responsible for other people that are dysfunctional. Okay. Have me tearing up. This is very important. I'm glad I found this. Hey, no problem. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Trigger Honda, thank you, my man. Honda boy, thank you. Yeah, you're not responsible for other people's problems. Let me share this by my own growing up. My mother said something to me before she died, a few years before she died. I said, Mom, why did you stick with the marriage? It was such a terrible marriage. Here's what she said to me. She said, I didn't want to be a woman that if I went to a function, did not have a ride home and have to ask for a ride. Wow. Why was that the case? Because my father would never let her drive. It was a power issue, control issue. She got a license. He never let her drive the family Porsche. It wasn't a Porsche, trust me, because it was control. That's how she thought. Her thinking was so narrow and so constrained because of the depressing way she lived. I don't want that to be anybody's life that listens to this channel. That's why I want you to tune in next week. The 24th, 5:30, self-esteem, self-confidence. When you finally got that self-esteem, self-confidence, you don't put up with this stuff because you start to grow and you realize, man, Bruce knows what he's talking about. He doesn't stress about the stupidity. He focuses on being successful, not stress on stupidity. He focuses on being successful. That's how I want you to think. I found you for the analysis of Swim in the Light by Kid Cudi. Hey, Kid Cudi. No problem there. He's one of my favorites. And here's a man that admits to his issues and tries to get better. Is he drug-free, alcohol? I hope he is. We're not tight. I wish the best for the guy, but he's willing to announce that he has issues and needs help. Rather than like, okay, let me get to the point that I overdose, where I wrap my car around a tree and now I'm in a wheelchair. He's trying. I respect that about the guy so much. And he still makes great music. God willing, if he could be substance-free, make even better music. That's it. Confidence. Hey, Bruce, speak about social anxiety. How can someone that start enjoying going out again be more instead of stress? Thank you so much. Yeah, here's the deal. Get out. Find something online that people like to do, whatever it is. We go hike. Well, of course, COVID's a little cuckoo now, but all right, pre and post COVID. We have a pub crawl. We go hiking. We all want to catch a basketball game. Join a group that already has a common interest that you like. Go forward. That's it. That's your entry. Yeah, people who want to learn how to speak French or be around French culture. There's a French group in every city. Join that group. Join. Don't sit back. Make it happen. This channel is exactly that reason how it all came about. Much love, Doc. Thank you for the upgrade. Just the masters. Your advice on becoming compassionate as a man before my child comes in has been an odd journey. Yeah, thank you. And guess what, Xavier? We're going to have trainings and live streams about what it is to be a man today, because that's lacking so much. And I didn't get any guidance on what it was to be a father, what to be a husband. I kind of had to figure it out stupidly. I was an idiot. And there's going to be trainings on that, how to be a father before you have the child. Because if you're not ready, your child's going to suffer from that. You got to be locked in and ready to rock and roll before that kid comes out. Because once that kid comes out, your life changes forever. And I want you to be a successful father versus a loser father. I see too much of that. But get your act together before you have that kid. Okay. Hey, Chief, hey, thanks for the live and giving us some more of your time. Happy to do it. Happy to do it. Not a problem. We're only successful because of fans like yourself. But yeah, that's something I'm going to talk about more of. What does it mean to be a man today when it's manhood is under attack? And I want you to get your act together before you have a child so you're ready when it comes. Because once that kid pops out, all bets are off and you're running to the races for the rest of your life. Thanks so much, Bruce. But when the one does get out there, are there any techniques to avoid overthinking self-analysis? Absolutely. Yeah. Let the anxiety, if it's not happening to you, then don't worry about it. Don't worry. And it might sound easier said than done. But what I'm saying is if you go into a group that wants to go watch a basketball game, just go watch the basketball game. Have 1 or 2 beers, root for the team. Don't act like an idiot, and you'll meet people. Someone's going to, there's like a food tasting day. Go with a couple of people, try the different foods. Hey, let me try this. Let me try that. What do they think? They think I'm a loser, that I didn't like spicy foods? Stop worrying about that. Enjoy yourself for what the event is. Don't overthink. Too many times people overthink. Okay, just quick training from this. Please go watch, even if you're not a sports fan, watch an athlete named Barry Sanders who played professional football for the Detroit Lions. Horrible teams that he played for. He retired. He could have set the all-time rushing record, but he had a great line for his terrible teams that he played on. I took what the defense gave me. I didn't overthink it. I have to survive this game so I can make yards, help my team win. He didn't overthink it. He saw what was going to happen. He responded to the situation. Too many times people do that. Don't overthink. My boss isn't ripping me a new one when someone's yelling at me, then don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Let that stuff slide. I still do that myself because I grew up that way. But don't overthink a situation. Go with the flow, like being in a stream of water. Okay. I noticed that going out family, close friends makes it easier to go outside. When I go out alone, it's usually with a purpose, like an errand to run a specific movie to see. It gets easier. Yeah. The more you do it, the more, a lot of times people say things like, how many videos have you guys done? Well, getting close to like 140, 145 with podcasts thrown in and blah, blah, blah. Here's the point, though. The more you get out, the easier it becomes. How do you get good at speaking? You got to speak. How do you get good at rapping? You got to rap. How do you get good at playing sports? You got to play sports. I mean, something happened to me. It's funny. Just a million years ago, I was living in Kansas City and I got into bowling because of my work schedule, blah, blah, blah. I got to the point that I was bowling like 2-3 times a week. I was hitting almost like a 200 average, 210, 220, stuff like that. Not professional, but, decent bowling. Because I was bowling a lot. I went bowling recently with my wife and one of my kids, and my knees are shot, but I'm a lot older, a lot heavier, and my bowling was dreadful. Not bowling. Practice. Get out there. Get into these habits now. Don't sit at home. Don't stare in front of the computer. Get out there. Get out there. Get out there. Even if you get crushed, it's a bad night, don't worry about it. This barbecue run didn't work. Try Chinese food. Try different things. That also helps because you become more interesting. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Yep, thanks. He's hanging with friends. When strangers can be stressful. Yes. But here's the thing. When you start to have that confidence in yourself and you start to do things outside of your day-to-day routine, I took a course in this. I'm working on this. I went hiking here. I saw this movie on Netflix. I went out and I helped clean up a stream that run off with like a lot of tires and junk. Guess what starts to happen? You become more interesting and you start talking about yourself, but and here's the thing too, you become more interesting when you do more things. And when you see people, always ask them, What is it you do with your day? What do you do for a living? Wow, that seems interesting. That's a pretty necklace. Wow, that's a cool looking tattoo. Wow, I like your shirt, man. That's really tight, really pretty, really handsome. Wow, where'd you get that? When you ask people about themselves, they respond and they start talking back to you. Just throw it out that way. Don't have to overthink it. Wow, it's a really pretty dog that you're walking. What kind of dog is that? That's how you do it. Okay. Very rational. No. Okay, it happens. It happens. It happens. Okay. How do I try and get myself out of a destructive habit? Here's what you say to yourself. Why do I need this in the first place? Is it because I'm insecure about myself? I need something to make me feel I can fit in. Can I fit in without the substance? That's the third thing you got to ask yourself. Why do I need? Two questions. Why do I need it? And can I fit in or do what I can without the substance? And the answer is you can. Because it's false courage. It masks who you really are. It's why am I having to have a wall around me that I just can't be me? What is it about me that's making me feel insecure that I got to do something that could be potentially be self-destructive? Start off with those questions. Let us know that works. Why do I need it? Okay. And can I survive without it? And the answer is you can. Because you start to get confidence. There you go again. That self-esteem, that self-confidence in who you are. Okay. Thanks, Bruce. Much love for the UK. Hey, got a lot of fans out there. One day we're going to go visit, myself, my agent / producer, and we're going to have a party somewhere in London. Everyone's going to be invited to come to a park, come to a restaurant. I want to meet everybody, take a ton of pictures, visit my people in the UK, and thank you for your support from that great country. But that's it. I want to just go maybe get together at the beach or something, just to meet everybody and say thank you, thank you, thank you. That's it. And I'd love to have some of you guys take me around London and other parts of England as well. I'd love to go to that country. All right. So I want to just clarify that. So I just want everyone to understand those kinds of things. Don't wait until the resentment builds up. Let people know how you feel. At the very least, you got it off your chest. I used to be massively insecure before I met my wife about dating, about being with girls, blah, blah, blah. Then someone gave me a great answer. Worst that person can do is say no to you. That's it. And not just about relationships with meeting a guy or a girl, about asking about a job, asking about a career. No one knows anything about you until you put the ball in play. That's when you know where you stand. Hey, can I run with you guys today at the park, 5-on-5? Only 4 of you. Hey, if you don't raise your hand, you don't say something, how are they going to know? Hey, man, you want to play with us? That may happen. That may not happen. But I learned when I went to parks to play basketball growing up, if I didn't raise my hand and say something, nothing happened. Hey, can I join your team? You guys got next. You need a 4th. You need a 5th. You need a 3rd. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. Get that confidence. I belong on the court with these guys. You know what I'm afraid of? That's what you got to think about yourself. So that's don't let things build up. We do so much of that in life. We let everything. I wish I would have said 30 years earlier. I wanted that job. I wanted to marry her. I wanted to buy that house. I should have got that stock. Don't think like that. Go do it. Get the confidence in yourself. Don't listen to people telling you stupid things and go forward. That's how it all works. And I'm really impressed everyone's commenting tonight. Boom, you guys have no problem sharing. And this is the whole point of the channel, is to get you guys to have the confidence to do things on your own to be successful. Okay, here's another step. Kindly step back when you need to. If you can't do it, you can't do it. Don't be like obligating yourself every single time if you can't do it. Okay, you reach your limit. Reach your limit. It's okay to say, I need a night off. I can't do it tonight. I can't, be at your house. I can't, drag you out of someplace. I can't do it. Okay. When you touch down in London, hey, thank you, brother. Give me a shout. We'll have a little come out, hit you up with some 10 tank. I'm ready. I've always wanted to go to England. I've always wanted to see not just London, but Liverpool, Manchester. That country's so full of history. My producer's coming with me, whether he likes it or not. and we'll spend 2-3 weeks there. And I want to see everything, go everywhere, meet the people. I want to go on, the tube. Everything about the country fascinates me. Much love from Chicago. Thank you for doing all this and giving us this advice. No problem. Alex, thank you. Do you want to? Okay. Thank you, Kimma, for saying that. Yeah. Where are you at? And it's a great question, Kimma. Thank you for saying that. The question is, I've learned like tapering works for me on something. I can't just do cold turkey. Some people can, but Mike, it's a good point that she's bringing up. Where do you see yourself at that level, and how do you want to go with that? So just kind of see where it is for you. What level of tolerance you want, or abstaining, or just giving it up completely. Thank you for saying that, Kimma. How do you talk to someone who is completely isolating themselves and they live with parents? When should I contact their parents? After you get off the phone with me, after you comment. Yeah, don't wait. Do it if it's, if we're West Coast time, obviously. It's about 6:30 here. But if you can, if it's like 9:30 in New York City or else in the world, do it. Don't wait. Make it happen. Make the phone call. Stop by the house if and there's COVID issues. But don't be afraid to go to the house. Don't be afraid to talk to the parents. What's going on? How's he doing? How's she doing? Can I stop by and visit? Yeah, contact them. Make the effort. Don't be afraid. ASAP. Do it sooner than later. Don't hesitate. Okay, hope that helps you out with that question. So know when to step back when you need to. It's okay to say, I need a break. I want to lay in the bathtub. I want to watch something on sports. I want to spend some time with my kids. I want to do something with my wife. It's fine. Do it. I need to work late tonight. Don't worry about doing that. Have some tact. Okay. A lot of times people kind of run into things and jump into things that are not really realistic. Timing. Oh, man, that's huge. You hear this in life. Like, timing is like everything. Yeah, a lot of times that's true. So when you're going to say something, don't say to somebody who's just been arrested, you had to bail them out, they're covered in blood, they got their clothes back, their wallet got lifted, they lost their mind, there was bipolar incident, whatever it is. Don't say something like when you get them in the car like, good move, good thinking, you're proud of yourself. Not the right time. Not the right time. Don't, pound it in when someone's having a terrible day. You pick them up from the psych hospital. What's it like with the crazies? Oh, my God. Not helpful. Just say to them, I'm here to pick you up, man. Let's get you home. Let's get you into a real shower. I'll take you out to get something to eat. Come on. That's it. I brought you food with me. Here's a hamburger. You haven't had a normal meal like 6 days. That's it. You don't have to smash somebody in the face when they're already down. That's my point. Okay. Accountability. Take accountability. Don't blame the person who's in a crisis. You can't say something like, gee, you got cancer again? God, when are you going to stop having cancer? What's with the breast cancer? What is it, you and breast cancer? Yeah, I really want to have breast cancer. A lot of people this week coming down with stage 4, like throat cancer. That's pretty serious. Stage 4 means pretty much it's not going to be, you're not going to be around much longer. I think Rush Limbaugh died of cancer. He had a stage 4 situation. There was a famous female pool player, I think it was called the Black Widow, stage 4 cancer, and former Republican Senator Bob Dole. He's pretty old right now, he's in, I think, 80s, early 90s. Stage 4 cancer. You don't walk away from that generally. You're not going to say something like, God, cancer again? What, you got to go? You always got to go stage 4? You can't go stage 1? No. Have some accountability and understand what it is. We're exhausted and we're resentful by this stage, but just kind of put it in perspective on where it's going. Okay. But tact is really, 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 really important. Okay. Check in. Learn to say, if you're going to check in. One of the things that the therapists, I have such a problem with, I don't know why, but if they say, like, I'll be there at 6 o'clock, they come like at 6:20, 6:30. They don't make a phone call. They don't, like, say, send a text. Check. If you say you're going to check in, you check in. People love consistency. They may say that they don't, but they do. Be consistent and transparent. Be open about your expectations, what you're expecting from the person. And if you need them to stop texting so frequently, let them know. Okay. If you may like driving them to an appointment, let them know about timing. Don't let people, this is another thing, just in general, don't assume people can read your mind. Be transparent. I need you to be ready. If you say I need to be ready at 5:30, you set a time. We got to go to the doctor at 11 o'clock. You got to be ready by 10:15. Set expectations, but be transparent what you want from people, not just with a mental health crisis, but in life in general. Bruce Quickie, been using marijuana medications I got out of the army for anxiety attacks and such, but I've had to quit this past month to get a better job. Any ideas? Any SSRI? It doesn't work. Okay, it's making things worse for me. My anxiety under control. Yes. Okay. I understand the need to smoke weed. I get that. You gotta be super careful on what you're smoking because it could be making your anxiety worse. So be very careful what you're getting and be very careful what you're using because that could be making your anxiety worse. Okay. 3 things that can help you. And this is tried and true. Start going to bed regular time. Don't play games. Don't do Dracula hours. Go to bed at a regular time. Exercise every day. Start exercising. And number 3, it's not any particular order. It's like a pyramid. I want you to have control of your day and your expectations for the day. That will lessen your anxiety and not make you feel so nervous that you need something to help give you the boost. Stay away from energy drinks also. Too many people are using those drinks and they're terrible for you. It's a massive amount of caffeine. It's not healthy. So exercise every day. Make sure you go to bed at a normal hour and figure out what it is you want to do to be productive in your day. And then set your sights on, and when I get that better situation, that better work situation, I'm going to feel better about myself, which will reduce your anxiety. Let us know how that goes. I'm curious. Good luck. Bruce, very poor question, but in your professional experience, are depression, anxiety rates going up? Yes, 100%. Were these levels likely lower in less advanced times? No, it was a different situation. And I get this asked a lot, and I see this a lot of times on the internet or on the news, or even how people talk to me at the synagogue. Let's say we would have lived, just say 5 centuries ago, 1500s. None of us I would not be alive today. After 40, your life expectancy was very, very short. Your daily day was exhausting and brutal. You died from disease. You died from starvation. You could die from war. So our lives have changed immeasurably. And if 120 years ago, you lived in England and you were working as a kid, you're working like 16-hour days as a 10, 11-year-old. That's what life was like back then. So our comforts have increased tremendously, but what's really been killing us is lack of community and lack of healthy relationships. We're more alone than ever due to social media. So yes, levels are definitely through the roof. Loneliness is huge now, but were things different back then? Yeah, but in a different context. We have more free time, more leisure time, but we're not using it effectively. I hope that helps. Thank you, sir. No problem. Good luck, Xavier. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Good luck, Xavier, man. Good luck. But get into that routine. And that's what also helps people out is the consistency of life. What is your schedule? What are you doing with yourself every day? Don't be around. Oh, and last thing too is your lives, who you hang around with. Don't be around people that are negative. I never had a rough time with my Asian/producer talking to him. Why? He's so aggressive. He's so hungry. It's like click, click. Guy's great. So be around people that are going to be like yourself. They're going to push you in the right way. Okay. Thanks, Bruce. No problem. No problem. No problem. Good luck. So be transparent, not just with the mental health crisis with someone like or a friend, but be transparent with everyone around you. Let them know how you feel about things. If you don't share, how are they going to know? Can read your mind? Sign language doesn't work that way. Okay. Do this also. Don't, I know there's a term that's very popular today. It's called ghosting, ignoring or avoiding them. A lot of people, they don't want to deal with something. They just ghost you. They don't want to talk to you anymore. It says something about you as a person when you ghost somebody. Man up, woman up. You got to deal with the issue. Don't just hide behind your phone. Oh, they're calling me again. They're texting me again. They're whatever. Instagram, MySpace, Facebook, Twitter. And MySpace is even gone. But like, don't avoid people. Let them know how you feel and be transparent. Don't do the ghosting. It says a lot about you as as a person, how you handle things. Okay. So listen have to each day. Thank you, Kimma. And to try and do the minimum most important things before taking a break. It's also eat healthy, I think. Yes. It's good to yes. Great points, Kimma. Have a schedule. I'm learning this at my advanced stage. Eating healthier. When I say eating healthier, it's not like, okay, I had 4 Pop-Tarts, I'm only gonna have 2 Pop-Tarts. That's not the answer. Just what are you switching one for the other? Eating healthy is huge. And let me just piggyback on what Kimma said. It's like the Greeks understood this, the Romans understood this thousands of years ago when they said the body, your healthier body comes from your digestive system. So if you're not cramping, bloating, diarrhea, gas, constipation, bellyache, pain, your body's telling you something. You're not at stasis. You're not resting. Your stomach is a huge factor in what's going on. I got this. I got this. Take care of what you put into your mouth. Will have a huge impact on your coconut and the rest of your body as well. How's the weather on the West Coast right now? It's actually beautiful. Like cold today, but we're hitting like 55, 60. It's one of the nicest times to be in Vegas between February, March, April. So May it starts getting hot. Beautiful time to be in Vegas right now. But for my child, I want to take control of my life for myself. Quitting nicotine, it just kept me at. So don't do both. Relax. Slow it down. Tonight, I'm not going to use this. You know what? I smoke this much. I'm going to cut it down by 3. Do it bit by bit. That's all. Don't take on too much to handle. Little bites. One day you realize you finished the whole meal. Don't do everything like, cold turkey in one night. That rarely works. Slowly, just go back down and go from there. So good luck with that as well. Nice and cool in LA. Yes, it is. Chicago's icicles. Yeah. I'm not complaining. I grew up in Brooklyn, group of black guys. Not fun. Had plenty of times when I was actually going skiing on intersections in Brooklyn when I didn't really want to. So I've been there as well. My brakes locked up and I'm starting to go skating. Not fun. So yeah, not missing those days at all. One of the few good things about living out here. I found MJ is way worse when in a bad place. When in a bad place, the body wants healing instead of escapes. Mine is high in the man. Great comment, Morovich. Thank you. It's perfect. Yeah. It's a great comment. People think that if you take something when you're really having a rough time, it's going to lift you up. It lowers you. It's not going to make you get clarity and a sense of awareness. It's going to like close more doors for you. When you're dealing, I stole this comment from somebody, but when you're dealing with a crisis, don't do less, do more. Try and push through the crisis. But don't say like, I'm going to do less and less because I can't cope. I got 9 things to do. I give up. Don't. Try and do 11. You'd be surprised what you can break through when you think that way. But when you're taking something, when you're feeling in a lousy mood, it's not going to make you feel better. It's going to make you feel worse. I've been there. Trust me. Good luck. I appreciate that. Thank you for saying that, Morovich. Thank you. Very, very nice thing you just said. But it's a great point. And guess what? Here I am, Bruce Muffson, therapist to the stars. You know what? I learned from you guys. And that's a great comment. You think it's going to make you feel better? It's not. It's going to make you feel worse. When you're in adversity, when you're in struggling, don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Push through. Take on more. You'd be surprised what you can do with yourself when you're focused. Can you please? I just joined. Thank you, Travis. Thank you very much. Kimma again. Thank you, Kimma. You can also keep a calendar. You've gone cold turkey. Treat yourself to a night. Yeah, goals, rewards. Absolutely. Great points, Kim. You're on fire tonight. This community means a lot to me. You guys are what love it. No, thank you, Xavier. That's great. That's something we wanted also to have happen is we wanted people to look out for each other and to share things with each other. That was also really, really important. I didn't want to have it where, and that's okay. Why am I so focused on the trainings? The live streams I love. I like doing the video breakdowns. That's great too. But the trainings are for me to say, I wanted to get away from doing one-on-one. Because when I have like 50 people watching, 100 people watching, 300 people watching, you guys feed off each other. We are turning into our own group. We haven't come up with a name for it yet. The swarm, the crew, whatever it's going to be. You know, what animal we're going to take, what bird or insect. But I want everyone to start feeling like I can reach out to other people here. Bruce set the table. I can clean it up with someone I met online. Healthy relationship. Not someone who's weird, creepy, nutty, wacky. I don't want that for anybody. But if you find someone you can relate to that gives you some strength to go forward, absolutely. That's the whole point. I wanted to have 10,000 people I want to talk to. That's how I look at it. Good luck, everybody, with that kind of thinking. Anytime, bro. Prioritize mental health first and be kind to yourself. Thank you, Morowich. Ask us every day, what am I going to do today to continue the journey of self-healing? Yeah. How am I going to get better? What do I got to do to get better? Okay, here, you guys got me caught here. I'm old school. Okay, I don't like using my phone, but here's what I do to stay focused and keep myself on track. I write everything down. Here it is, my to-do list. Every single day I do this. You know, if I knock off a couple of things, I got new things on the to-do list. I've gone through probably hundreds, if not thousands of sheets of paper. That's what works for me because when I see it in front of me, it makes me motivated to do it. What am I doing today to get to my goal? You know, I write it on a sheet of paper. Put it down. When it's visual, it has an impact. A lot of people today, of course, use the computer, different ways of staying on track of things on your phone, whatever works. But give yourself those goals to start climbing out of and things to achieve. Okay. That's how I want you to think. That's just how I want you guys to think. So, yeah, that's what I do for myself as well. We're all here to get help. It's nice to have a group like this, especially during a pandemic. Thank you. Yes, Kimma, man, boom. Yeah, everything. You get a healthy group. So many times we're around toxic people, and all it's going to do is eat you up alive like a cancer. You don't want to be around toxic people. You do the best you can for them. You love them. You have pity for them, but then you got to run. Don't put yourself through that. I can't stress that enough. Okay, so don't ghost people. Don't avoid them. Don't disappear on them. Okay, you're going to avoid this person, discard that person. Don't do that. Even if you got to walk away, be man enough, woman enough to say why you got to do that. You need a break. That's fine. Okay, and great comment. Treating a loved one as disposable can be damaging, and the abrupt loss of someone that they care about can be triggering in a already vulnerable state. Yeah. Don't drop someone who's in a crisis. Try and be there for that person and go from there. What if I'm the toxic one? Okay, you know what? Get help. Get some counseling. Write down, why am I toxic? Why am I so angry? Why am I so bitter? Why am I so hurtful? Why am I so hateful? Why can't I keep people in my life? Write it down and look in the mirror. Ask yourself what your problem is. And if you got the guts to reach down, you'll start to figure things out. What am I doing wrong? Go see someone that can help you with that and begin to explore. Yeah, sometimes you realize you wake up, you go, man, I'm the problem. Wake up, take responsibility, own up to it. Don't even ghost yourself, and then go forward. Using a whiteboard for my list. I lost my grandpa a few years ago. Felt close to my life. I said I felt lost and yeah, okay. You got now you got something to live for. You lost your grandfather. You got a kid coming. You want to be a great dad to that child. That's really, really important. Um, it's important. You look at you need therapy yourself, no argument. Like I said before, I don't have a therapist myself, but I have a small circle of friends I'm very close to that I share things that I'm very open with. And that's what keeps me on the straight and narrow. I don't mean to be, but it happens. I feel, yeah. Good. If you realize you're being toxic, yeah, that's the first step to improving yourself. Yeah, that's good advice. Kim, my man, blasting it up tonight. It's okay. Yeah, admit you got a problem. That's half the battle right there. How do I treat my wife? Maybe you know what? Maybe I can curtail my stupid comments. What kind of advice am I giving my kids? Am I being close to my children? These are all valid factors. Don't be a jerk. Be honest. Look at yourself and realize, hey, I need to make some changes. Great advice tonight. Everyone's like kind of feeding off each other, which is perfect. Good advice. Very straightforward. Yeah, respect. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, perfect. If you realize you're being toxic, that's the first step in improving yourself. You're not like, there's nothing wrong with me. It's the other person. That rarely is. It's rarely is that the case. Okay. Kimma, thank you. When you behave toxically but refuse to admit, admitting means you realize there's a problem. Yeah, admitting it means there's a problem. It's only when you grow. One of the things I do with people I work with, I say to them like this: if you got an issue, let me know. I will follow up. That's another thing too about self-esteem, self-confidence, because we're getting close to being done tonight. I want you guys to do this for yourselves and let us know how that works. When you have confidence in yourself, when you have good self-esteem, you got to look at a problem as something to resolve, not to run from, because every day you're going to go through life, trust me, you're going to have problems, maybe small, maybe big, being medium size. Every day of my life, I have problems I got to deal with every day. And probably till the day I die, I'm going to have problems. But you don't worry about that. You say, instead of a problem I'm going to run from or hide from, let me deal with it now. Let me express myself. Transparency. What's going on? How can I figure it out? And the more I do that, the more my self-confidence grows, the more my self-esteem grows. That's why I want you guys next week to kind of go for the training, begin to understand that stuff and get the comprehension of that. When you have good self-esteem, when you have good self-confidence, you don't have to be the way you are. And toxicity, a lot of times, is because you don't have any confidence with self-esteem in who you are. So it's like, let me be a jerk. Let me be nasty. Let me be mean. I don't know any other way. There is other ways when you begin to realize what you can bring to the table. Okay. Thanks, Bruce. The situation had me so hyped. I went downstairs and started doing pull-ups. Unfit. Hey, how many did you do? Okay, good for you though. Do you believe in parapsychology? Yes. Awesome. You know what? Yeah. I'm open to everything, quite honestly. I really am. And parapsychology sometimes doesn't get its due, but if it can help you, if it can make sense for you, then do it. There's not like there's one style that's the answer for everybody. I'm reality therapy based. That's really my biggest thing is reality therapy. But if that works for you, all the best. Good luck. All right, guys. I want to announce a couple of things before I call it a night. We had someone that is, wanted to get trainings. He called in last week on the live stream, and he ended up saying, I want to, in a sense, donate 10 extra trainings to people to go listen to the self-esteem, self-confidence next Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. And we wanted to say tonight, we wanted to give him away. I'm not going to mention the guy. Just thank you if you're listening. I don't see his name tonight, but that's okay. I want to thank the guy being very, very generous. And he said, I want to just give it to people who could use it. It's very thoughtful of him. I'm going to announce 5 people right now. Here's what I need you to do. When we announce it, do me a favor. Contact us through the email. All right. Yeah, Sunridge of Nevada. All right. And that's sunridgenevada@gmail.com. All right. Let us know you want free access to the training, and we will contact you with all the information to the training. It was written out for me, so I'm reading it. No problem. But again, Sunridge of Nevada, gmail@gmail.com. Sorry, Sunridge of Nevada@gmail.com. Let us know you won free access to the training, and we will contact you with all the information to the training. We want you to go. We just really like certain people tonight, really blew it up. Here are the names. I'm going to announce them several times. No particular order. Here we go. Emily Peck, you are number 1. Okay. Kima Harmozy, you're number 2. Xavier Alcid, you are number 3. Morovich, you are number 4. Triggered Honda Boy, you are number 5. Please contact us. We'd like you. Johnny Boy, am I late? Yeah, we're almost done. Sorry, Johnny. We didn't forget you. But I'm going to say it again going backwards. We didn't say any particular order. These are just the 5 that came up. Here we go. Triggered Honda Boy, you're a winner. Morovich, we want to offer you a training. Xavier also, we like what you said tonight. Kima Hermosi, much appreciation. Emily Peck. And basically, we want to give the people that really kind of opened themselves up, that really shared comments. It wasn't like we picked names out of a hat. Just kind of the comments, the vibe you brought tonight, the thoughts you said, the appreciation, looking out for other people. It's our way of saying thank you. So we're giving each of you a pass for a free training this coming week, Wednesday, 5:30, on part 2 of Self-Esteem, Self-Confidence. So one last time, sunridgeofnevada@gmail.com. Let us know you won free access to the training, and we will contact you with all the information to the training. So, next time, Jerry, no problem. To hear the 5 people one last time: Emily Peck, Kima Harmozy, Xavier Alcid, Morovich, and Triggered Honda Boy. You guys have access to a training next week. We'd love for you to be online. Come talk to us. We want to hear your thoughts and opinions. We want to go from there. Thank you, Morovich. No problem. It's just a way of saying thank you. We can never thank you guys enough. So with that, guys, I'm going to say thank you. Great tonight again, another great live feed. You guys are a great live stream. Much appreciation. The winners again, please contact us. We want to give it to you guys to enjoy, and we'll go from there. Thanks again.